What's going on, y'all? Welcome to One and Only Pinnacle Gaming. I'm back at it again with another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to pretty much do a nice breakdown of Xbox's July 23rd event. This video in particular, however, we're going to talk about their #1 showcase game, Halo Infinite. Let's get into it, y'all. I have some opinions on Halo Infinite. I seen a few good things that I really enjoyed. I seen some things that I didn't enjoy so much. So, without further ado, man, let's get into it, yo. One of the good things that I liked about Halo when I saw the trailer, the first few times, was that I liked that it was, a really big open world. What I would say is, though, to put a pin on that for a second, what I would say is the first thing that I noticed while watching the trailer was the music. You could kind of hear it in the background just a bit. But the music in Halo is pretty good. I don't think it's like the greatest music, that ever to be put in a video game, but I think it's pretty good music, and it really fits the mood and the atmosphere, of this world. So I definitely give them a little bit of props when it comes to the music, for sure. Moving forward though, y'all, I did want to bring up a really important point before I go any further. Guys, remember, regardless of what people may or may not think, you need to understand something. Xbox fans, gamers, everybody in the world pretty much was promised a lot more, this coming up gen, especially when it came in terms with first party exclusives. Now, guys, in general, this event was kind of supposed to knock our socks off. I wanted it personally to knock my socks off. I wanted this event to be great, to do great. I'm not saying that it isn't. However, I'm just saying the expectations going forward were set pretty high for this showing. Now, guys, a few of the things that I, had a few issues with, particularly with the trailer, which we're about to see up ahead. One of the things that I noticed, guys, was that there were a few issues concerning frame rate and just overall visuals. And I'll give you an example of this right now. As you see here, y'all, this being a next-gen game, I expect a lot more from a next-gen game, y'all. Like, even a few games, not a lot of them, but just a few that I seen on PlayStation's presentation, for example, I felt like even a few of those games could even be bumped up a little bit higher. Looking at Halo just right now, looking from what this trailer, from what we can see with our eyes, looking at the textures and the character models, I feel like they could have done a little bit better. Now, although the characters don't look horrible, particularly this guy in particular that I'm looking at right now, this doesn't scream to me next-gen textures. It just doesn't scream to me that, guys. I'm looking at this character model, and to be honest with you, in my opinion, I feel like it should have looked better. Especially when you add on to the fact that Xbox Series X, one of the strongest consoles that probably will be out for quite some time before anything else is able to trump it, spec wise, and I mean specifically just pen and paper, just spec wise, those 12 teraflops, I don't know how much that's really gonna be able to do when we have to still kind of deal with these character models. They're not horrible, it's just they don't look next gen, like, for example, a lot of these character models and a lot of the gameplay that were shown in this July event, I feel like a lot of this could have been shown or could have been played pretty well on an Xbox One X. And I truly believe that. With the Xbox One X, I truly believe that the Xbox One X could play most of these games here without a problem. Now, moving forward, y'all, another good thing, kind of like what I emphasized earlier, was that if you notice, the world is massive, so it's a really big world. So I like the fact that it's not just open world game with like a limited amount of space. That there is a real vastness to the game, like overall. However, y'all, as we keep on watching, another issue that I had, as you notice, as the guy walks around, as Chief walks around, you'll notice things. Look at the grass. Look at the buildings in the distance. You notice, y'all, that there is quite a significant amount of popping, y'all. Now, here's my thing. Alright, guys? Before I get any deeper into that, here's my thing, right? This was supposed to be, even if this isn't, the main game or the exact game, this was supposed to be a presentation. This was supposed to be a showcase. That's literally what it's called, a showcase of what, Halo Infinite was supposed to look like, how it was supposed to play. And to be honest with you guys, I think they dropped the ball slightly. They did some things that are good that I'm going to get into later as well. But just based off a few of those things, I feel like they dropped the ball. This is one aspect, though, this is one positive aspect that I do want to talk about, is what we're looking at right now. If you notice, what we're looking at right now is the gameplay. Now, in my opinion, the gameplay was pretty good. I cannot take anything away from the gameplay. Was pretty good, If you notice here, he's over here, killing these, lower enemies. And if you notice it, the gameplay, in my opinion, it looks pretty fun. Like, I can definitely imagine, me, playing this on the PC just for a little while. And, having a little bit of fun when it comes pertaining to specifically just gameplay. Yeah, it's not bad, y'all. It's not bad gameplay, In my opinion, it's good gameplay. But it's not great gameplay. I just have to be honest. That doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean it's trash. No. In my opinion, the gameplay was very good. But it wasn't great. The gameplay didn't scream to me, oh my god, I'm next gen. Like it didn't completely blow my mind. Moving forward, though, these are some of the pop-in issues. If you look in the distance, you'll see some pop-in issues. Now, guys, a little bit of pop-in here and there never killed anybody. But this is quite significant, y'all. It's not like there was one or two pop-in events. If you look in the background, there were quite a few pop-in events. Even to an extent, from close range, there was a few incidents where even the grass was popping in. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. For a next-gen game, it's just not what I expected. Just being honest with you. Going back to some more positive notes, look at how he uses the different weapons. Look at how Chief uses the different weapons. This is one thing that I actually did enjoy about this, showcase, was that Chief has a lot of different weapons, and the weapons have some weight to them. Like when they shoot, they feel like and they look like they have a lot of impact to them. So that's something that I appreciate, that the weapons do look good. I can't say anything bad about the weapons. A lot of these weapons look pretty good. As we keep on, playing the game, as we keep on watching this trailer, there's a lot of diversity of weapons too. As you see him picking up, a shotgun, from weapons to weapons, you know what I mean? One more positive aspect that I wanted to talk about was the grapple hook. Now, I think the grapple hook was a pretty good addition, y'all. I think it's a pretty cool addition. I feel like if they didn't add the grapple hook, they'll kind of be in trouble, more or less. But the grapple hook is kind of a cool addition to the game. To have, alternative ways to traverse the landscape, especially considering it's a big open world game with this much space. A grapple hook's not a bad idea. So I definitely gonna give them a little bit of props for adding in something like a grapple hook, for example. And as I was saying before, y'all, see, you can even use the grapple hook to hook onto things and attack people. I'm not gonna lie, it reminded me a little bit of Doom. Every time I've seen it here, I've seen this several times. Every time I see it and you grapple to something and you attack somebody, right after the grapple, it looks a lot like Doom in my opinion. Obviously not with as much gore, but it just reminds me of Doom. Another thing that I noticed, y'all, was I didn't see a lot of evidence of ray tracing. If you look at the weapon, you guys can watch the trailer in your own time. If you look at the metal, you don't see a lot of indications of ray tracing. I don't see a lot of it here. Now, guys, in my opinion, they said they're going to have ray tracing in the game that's going to be sent in through a patch later on. In my opinion, I don't think it's right to deliver a game that's not complete. Okay? To be fair, I'm just being honest, y'all. Xbox did promise us ray tracing. So that's what I expected. We probably won't get ray tracing day one. I'm pretty sure they said later on. So I'm not sure. I don't think anybody's sure at this point, but it has to come in day one or even before that. I want full complete games. I don't want games that are kind of broken or in certain areas, or just, missing or skipping a beat in certain areas. Now, guys, one more thing that I noticed while I was watching this was that, again, sorry to bring it up once again, y'all, but I don't know why the character models aren't up to snuff. Looking at it, it doesn't look like complete trash, guys, but this does not scream next gen. To be quite frank with you, y'all, Ghost of Tsushima looks slightly better than what we're seeing right now, y'all. And I'm just being honest with you. Looking at the guy's face, as I can see his face clear as day, the facial animations, they were just not where they were supposed to be. That's another thing too, is that overall, it's not just the textures of the overall face and the details, but even the animation didn't look quite next gen or on point. As I said before, the Xbox One X should easily be able to do any of these games shown at this showcase. And that's just my opinion, y'all. One more thing that I'm going to talk about, y'all, before moving forward is that it is a slight rumor. However, some part of this did get confirmed. It's not 100% confirmed, but some part of this did get confirmed. Was that Halo Infinite was going more towards a Destiny model. That's kind of where they were heading towards. Now, guys, me personally, if I want to play Destiny, I go to Destiny, you know? Variety is the spice of life, and I do understand that. But, guys, Halo is a really important franchise for Xbox. It's one of their first party titles, their flagship titles. It's very important. And to be quite frank with you, I kind of wanted them to just, you know, even if it took another 5 years to get another Halo out, I would like to see them just make another version of, you know, this Halo, for an example, and just, you know, make it as good as they can. Or if that's just not, you know, within the realm of possibility, maybe just completely dead the game, or put it on the shelf temporarily and just work on some new IPs to bring some new, you know, to bring some new blood into the mix, you know, like new blood, to bring some new games into the mix. Yeah, guys, I mean, watching this, you know, several times at this point, y'all, I've kind of gotten to the conclusion that while this game isn't complete trash like some people might want to call it, you know, it was not a good showing. And in my opinion, the showing for this was not what it should have been. The showcase of Halo Infinite should have been way better than this. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. You know, hopefully I don't catch any flack and whatnot. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on the full July event in a following video. So definitely stay tuned for that. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button or the dislike button if, you know, you hate hearing the truth, or my opinion for that matter. As always, guys, you know, hit that comment button down below. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think that, you know, this Halo Infinite showcase, this gameplay, as well as a trailer showcase, do you think it's what next gen should be at? Do you think this is what Halo Infinite should be? I don't know. Just let me know. Hit me down below in the comment section, man. Let me know if you guys thought it was great, it was bad, or, you know, what have you. Personally, I expected more. I really did genuinely wanted this game to knock it out of the park, y'all. I don't think it did that. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.